So welcome, everyone. And we have some new coaches, at least one right here. Brooke, say hi to everyone. Brooke signed up like less than 24 hours ago.
I'm kind of OCD and like really on top of things. I can't have like to-do lists that don't get done.
She's already filled out the new coach checklist. And I was like, well, then just hop on our meeting. Get you rocking. So I'm excited. Yeah, I found her from the coach application that I did on Sunday. So anyway, we're so excited to have you, Brooke.
I'm excited.
Be amazing. And welcome everyone else. We have tons of announcements, so I'm just going to get going on them. First, I'm going to share our Team Chic mission statement, because if you guys listen to that call I posted in the Team Chic Facebook group, which I will add you to, Brooke, he talked about always like remembering your mission statement. And if you guys didn't watch that, you gotta watch that video. It was so good. I know you watched it, Jody, right? So good. He just talked about like your passion and your purpose. And it just kind of helped. You know, I've been struggling this summer trying to balance like my 4 kids at home and this business and all the crazy crap going on, including all the doctor visits. And it was just good to hear. He kind of like just tells it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. And he just said, that we need to push forward because of our mission statement. So our Team Chic mission statement is it's to change habits and increase confidence. So let's remember that when we're in like everything we're doing, because I feel like when you remember your mission, then all the other numbers and frustrations kind of like melt away. So yeah, be sure you guys watch that video. I think I tagged most of you in it, but it's amazing. It's a really good video. So that would be a good personal development video to watch today or tomorrow. Other announcements. The 21-day fixed sale ends. Well, actually, it doesn't end tomorrow, right, Jody? Didn't you just post that it's extended in July?
Yeah, which is, what we thought would happen just because Pete's launching. But also, 22 Hardcore has the sandbag with it for the 160 or 140.
Sweet. Yeah, I just really saw that. So that's exciting, but you can still give people deadlines. I guess you don't have to say it ends tomorrow, but you can say like my group starts on 4th. We have our Summer Sanity group starting Monday.
Yeah. Are you gonna because it's a holiday?
I know, right?
Push it to Tuesday and just do 2 posts? It's not a holiday for us Canadians, but oh my gosh.
What do you mean and do 2 posts, Jody?
Like do Monday, meal planning Monday, and whatever Tuesday is together on Tuesday, since maybe nobody's going to be paying attention on Monday.
Yeah, I think we should just start the group the day after 4th of July, like on the 5th. Don't even start it on we'll just say we're starting on the 5th with our Summer Sanity group. So I know some of you guys have already been advertising, like Alexia, you got one, or she did a post about it, but we have a Summer Sanity team boot camp that we're doing. And I wanted to tell you guys, I wish I would have printed it off, but I have a worst first chart that you guys can offer to your clients. And I've got like chore charts for kids. Anyway, I've got some fun bonuses from when I taught a bunch organized boot camp back in the day. So I'm trying to think what all we offered. Let me hang on, because I took a screenshot of my post about it last year.
So Gondor's in the mountain now?
So who just said that? That was awesome. Give me 1 second. I will find that post because I.
You gotta listen.
Well,
Ah.
I do.
I don't.
Like forcing them to float into the mountain.
But I think we're gonna. So you guys can offer like a worst first chart, chore chart for kids. I think. And do any of you guys have anything you want to contribute to the summer sanity group? We did this last year, and it was like. I think Lisa made up an activities like it was like 20 things for kids to do.
At that battle, they fled.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute you guys.
They didn't help them fight. They ran away.
Something.
So
It might have even been Joelle.
Hang on, I'm muting all of you. Okay, now unmute yourself, Megan.
We had a big list we compiled last year together and posted. I don't know why. I'm thinking Joelle, but we can look it up and see if it's stuck somewhere and we can find it.
Yeah, maybe after this meeting, I'll get on and I'll list the things we're offering for the Summer Sanity group. And if you guys want to throw in some more, that would be great because anytime we can add value.
I had thought about doing a weekly challenge and making it sanity related instead of fitness related. So like, maybe if we posted that activity list and your challenge was to try one of them on it and tell us how it went. And then another week you could do, like if we posted a snack list, try a snack off of this list, tell us how it goes, and I'll be happy to do that. I'm not trying to throw that on you.
No, yeah. What'd be fun is like summer snacks for kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I posted that that was gonna be something I added. So.
Okay, you know what? I just found it. Here's what I wrote last year. I saved it in my Evernote. This is the beauty of Evernote. I said, I'm really excited about my upcoming Summer Sanity Fitness group where we'll be sharing tips on how to stay fit and sane this summer. Some of the bonuses include a Summer Sanity schedule, 101 fun things to do with kids this summer, chore charts for kids, chore checklists, meal prep worksheet, which I think Nicole provided. I'm not sure where that one is, and a daily planning worksheet. Again, I think Nicole provided that one. So anyway, but I like your idea. So you want to do like weekly, just maybe like we'll call them weekly sanity challenges or something.
Yeah, I like it when anytime we can come up with something to do like a live video because I feel like it's more interactive. Mm-hmm. And on something like that, it will take you a minute to go on and talk about what the challenge is and then boom, you're done.
Yeah. And tell me, again, so you're thinking, would they be more workout related or would they be more like lifestyle related?
I was thinking more sanity related.
Like lifestyle?
Yeah. So like a snack challenge. Because, let's face it, I'm one of those people that will pin stuff away on Pinterest and then not try it. So this will force them to actually try something new and give feedback on it. Like if it's totally nasty and your kids don't like it, tell me, then I ain't got to worry about finding that out on my own.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other one was, what did I say? Oh, if we post that list of activities, challenge them to pick one of those and try it.
Like, yeah, try and, okay, cool.
Because a lot of them were stuff that you do at home.
Yeah.
And I remember us talking about that list, and it was so many cool ideas on it that you hadn't really ever thought of before.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we can throw in weekly sanity challenges too. So I will include this little list, and then if any of you guys want to add anything else, but that way you guys can know what to say in your posts. Oh, and Lisa Boucher's saying, I started a healthy Facebook page for feeding your family, so I have some kid snacks. Yeah, I think that would be, we could say something about healthy snacks for kids or something. I don't know. But
what about prepping your snacks for sanity? I don't know if you already said that and I missed it.
Yeah. I said a meal prep checklist, but I can't remember, or worksheet. It was a meal prep worksheet, but I have no idea.
So in the group, I'm sure it's still up there. I don't think we ever deleted it.
Yeah, and I'm sure Nicole would give it to me too. So, okay, so
I had another idea.
What's that?
Sorry.
No, go for it.
Tips for staying on track when you're on vacation. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
Stephanie Butler did a post about that, like, and we could talk about how you can pack a cooler, like a small cooler when you go somewhere. Kelly, I will never forget you telling me that. When I first started, you talked one day to me about how you packed a cooler of stuff and when you were going to be gone for the day to keep you on track instead of eating out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I could do a live video, or somebody could do a live video for, on packing a cooler. And then Stephanie Butler did something on talking about staying on track nutrition-wise when you're on vacation. And then one of us could talk about staying on track with fitness using on demand when you're on vacation.
Yeah. We could call it like healthy travel tips or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Would that be one of the weekly challenges, or would that be a bonus?
I think we should do it as a bonus because everybody's not going to be on vacation to try it.
Okay, so can we call it like healthy travel tips, right? Or you guys
something like that. Because I'm actually going to be out of town during this challenge, so I could actually pop in and talk about if I'm struggling with something, which I know I will, and how I'm staying on track.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Because we have, so the dates for, we always do 2 challenge groups with the same theme, but different dates. So we've got one the 5th, which is on a Tuesday, but, and then the 18th. So that's something I wanted to mention is I'm going out of town on Sunday, on the 3rd, and probably some of you guys are too. So I may or may not have people in that group. But it's a team group, so hopefully we can collaborate, and whoever does have people in that group can help put it together and all that. And then you can always put, if you don't have people in the group that starts on the 5th, you can always put them in the group that starts on the 18th. So anyway, so use those 2 groups. The team groups are so fun. Like, I love doing it with the team. I've done it on my own, and I always feel like lonely without you guys. So it's more fun with the team. Okay, other announcements really quick because I'm excited to hear Stephanie. Out of town. Okay, 2 other things. One is that tomorrow I'm doing a Getting Started Right call for all new coaches. So if you guys have any new coaches, or if you are a new coach, then hop on this call. I'll post it in the Team Sheet group and in the 7-day training group. But I just wanted to, I'm going to be doing it for a couple of my coaches and offering it for everyone on Team Sheet. So get your people on there if you want them to kind of get started right. And then the final announcement is there is I don't think a lot of people know about this, so I wanted to share it because I think it's, number one, it's going to help us, all of us, get back, get more on track with our fitness. And then number 2, I think it's an awesome marketing opportunity. So there is, I just heard about this through a couple other coaches, but there is an infomercial, 21-day fix infomercial test group that that Beachbody's doing, that you guys, it's 21-day fix extreme, sorry, that we can all participate in as coaches. And the last day to post your before picture is the 5th of July. So I obviously need to post a link to that group. I'm already in the group, but I'm going to try to start on the 5th. I'll be on vacation, so that's going to be interesting. But because I'll be in a cabin in the mountains and I won't have total control over my food, but I will do my darndest. Anyway, so if you're in the group, the cool thing, I've seen a couple of coaches in my upline say that they are an infomercial candidate. And so I thought that was a really smart marketing technique, because then people are going to start watching you. Like, she did this post where she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm being considered to be on the 21-day fix extreme infomercial. And so you guys can watch my journey here. I'll be doing it for 21 days, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, when I saw her post, I was like, dude, how did you get that opportunity? Like, I thought it was so cool. And then I realized it's an open invitation for all of us. And I was like, dude, that was a genius post. Because, of course, I want to watch her journey and see, like, how she's doing, you know. Plus, I think it'll just push us all because 21 Day Fix is like one of my all-time favorite workouts. It is killer. I did it last summer before Summit, and I got like really toned. So I'm excited for that group. I think it's just going to push us all. And hey, you might be considered for an infomercial. So I'm encouraging all of you guys to participate in that group too, because number one, marketing, it's a brilliant marketing opportunity. And then number two, it'll help you with your own fitness journey. So I'll post that group. I got to write a note to do that. Post the 21 Day Fix Extreme group, and then I'll post the Summer Sanity stuff. Okay, now I will stop blabbing because I want to hear Stephanie talk to us today about her journey. Stephanie just joined like not that long ago, and she last Thursday became a diamond. She beat a Team Chic record. She beat my record of 90 days and got to diamond in 72 days, which is pretty darn amazing. So I wanted to pick her brain. I wanted her to share how she did it. This girl is on a mission. So I'm going to turn the time over to you, Stephanie Bagley, to share your success with us. So let me unmute you unless you can do it yourself.
Okay, I had to find the button.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why, but I'm like so nervous. Sheesh.
We love you.
Oh, thanks. So yeah, I'm Stephanie. I just thought I'd introduce myself if you guys don't know who I am already. But I'm a mom of 2 kids. I've got a 2.5-year-old and then a 15-month-old, and I'm currently almost 36 weeks pregnant. It will be 36 weeks on Friday. So I'm feeling...
Yeah, show us your baby bump. I love it. I feel like, see, this is another reason that I'm like, okay, there are no excuses. Like if Stephanie can do this, like that pregnant, then anyone can do this.
Yeah, I feel so pregnant. I just looked at my husband today and I was like, am I done? You know, like it's so ready.
Yeah.
But, I first heard about Beachbody, I think 2 years ago, back when my little girl was just born, and just didn't really get interested in it till recently. So for those of you who are receiving no's, like it's not a no, it's just a not now. I joined the end of April, I think, like the very end, and I started building my business in May, and then became Diamond last Wednesday or Thursday. So that was pretty cool. So I feel like the ways to get there are just the basics, what everybody talks about already, but I just wanted to kind of go and maybe from my point of view, get something out of it. But the number one thing I think is developing a strong why with a vision board. I believe that vision boards are so powerful and your why is so powerful. I don't personally believe in motivation. I don't think it exists. I don't think that when your kids have kept you up all night and you only got 2 hours of sleep, this may or may not have happened tonight or last night. And that when, you know, your alarm goes off and you need to start waking up to either to work out or start working your business, that like the phrase no excuses is going to be like, yeah, that's so empowering. I don't think that that's what gets you out of bed. You know, for me, it's my why. My why for me is so strong that even on 3 hours of sleep, I'm like, I've got to do this, because if I don't, this why can't happen, you know? And Lindsay Matway said it in a really cool way, which I love. She talked about how you're in one building and the destination you want to go to is in another building and it's on fire, but there's a little beam that you can walk across to get there. And she goes, your why has to be so strong that you're willing to walk across a beam to a building on fire to get that out. And so I really thought about my why, and for some of you may know what my why is, but for me, my why is I want to retire my husband by December. My husband has depression, and it's really hard for him to hold a job. And there's been like tons of lack of security for these past 4 years that we've been married, because he's had about 7 jobs already, and we've moved about 7 times in 4 years. And that just kind of creates a scary environment at least for me, I don't know if you women, but like, I feel like my money organ just starts pumping and I'm like, where's the money going to come from, you know? And so I want to have security. And for me, that security is going to come from me having a job. So that's my why. My why is to retire my husband and to be able to give our family a life of financial freedom, financial security. And for me, that's super, super strong. And so I created a vision board that had to do with every parts of my why. And I just picked it apart, and it's the screensaver to my phone. So I've got the house of my dreams on there. I've got a man that's like opening up his suit and it says stay at home dad. And I've got a big barn on there because that's what my husband wants, is a big barn. And, you know, I've got Disneyland because I'd love to take my kids out to Disneyland. And so I just feel like whenever I look at my phone now and I see that vision board, I always take a moment to like look at each picture on it and just kind of like breathe it in and just get so excited about us having that lifestyle. And that totally changes how I go about my day and how I invite people, how I talk to people. And so, yeah, so very strong and very powerful for me is developing a really strong why and then having that vision board where you will see it all the time. So that's my number one. My number two.
Can I say something about that really quick?
Yeah.
Because I totally agree with you. And my why is very, very similar to yours and drives me a lot. But I think that one of the things that Josh said on the call last night was he's like, you know, you have to have both. Like you have to have a why. And so I call it a passion and a purpose. So your passion is your why. Your passion is like, this drives me. Like, I want this so stinking bad. This is what you want for you, right? Is your passion and your why. And then your purpose is like your mission statement. It's like your mission in life. Like you feel like a calling. It's like your calling is to help. It's like how you're going to help others. So your passion is how you're going to help yourself. Your purpose is how you're going to help others. And I was like, I feel like you do need both because then you're doing it. It's like you're doing it for the right reasons, and you're not only helping others, but you're helping yourself. You know what I mean? It's just, it gives you like that balance. And so, because there are some people that don't need the money or don't, you know what I mean? They might not have like that same like for me, it was like, I need groceries. Like I have to coach, you know what I mean? That's very motivating. But if you don't have like that, then he said like your purpose, your mission is what makes you, you know, you're not going to be like, I give up on my mission in life, on my calling in life. You know what I mean? He was like, you don't give up on that. You don't give up. For me, mine is to help women increase confidence. Like I'm not going to give up on that just because I'm having a bad day. You know, so anyway, so I just wanted to share that. I feel like you kind of need both, you know? So I don't know if you're going to say anything about that, but I wanted to share that because it's fresh on my mind from last night's call.
No, that's awesome. And I feel like you look at the 15-star diamonds and they obviously don't need the money anymore, but they're still
so true.
Like 100 every month. And it's just like, why, you know, but that's totally right. That purpose is what's driving them, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So my second thing that I thought of was be vulnerable. And this part's really scary, you know, because especially with social media, you see like all these Instagrams that are like perfect and all these lives that just look insane. And you're like, you probably never have Cheerios on your floor, you know, dumped off 5 minutes after you sweep, you know, they just have these perfect lives. And so kind of scary to want to show your weaknesses in public and what you're scared of and stuff. But I feel like that's what connects people. And so to you is seeing your vulnerability, you know, just that side of you. And so I decided that I was going to be as vulnerable as I could with everybody, because I feel like everybody can connect with some part of your story, even if they don't connect with all of it. And so my husband's awesome. He doesn't care if I share, but so I share about my husband being, you know, having depression and how that's affected our family. And I know that has connected with some women to me. I share about life struggles and how sometimes I don't have dinner cooked until like 5 minutes before we're eating, or if ever. And sometimes I eat cereal and I eat my salad, like I just try to be real and to be honest. And I feel like that connects a lot of people with me. Also, my transformation, I try to be as open and as real. And so people know, that I am a larger pregnant woman, and they see my before picture and they've seen my after. And so I try to be real and not hide it and just, suddenly 6 months later pop out, I'm skinny and gorgeous. They've been following my journey and they've seen me even at my largest, and they're seeing me progress. And it's really scary to post those because you're like, okay, I've got like hot ex-boyfriends on Facebook and they're seeing these, and I've got and like all these people who are seeing my back fat or my belly fat. And it's kind of embarrassing, but if you can get over it, and you'll help more people than you'll ever realize by being that honest. And so I've just tried to be as honest as I can through social media.
And you're really good at, Stephanie, you're really good at posting your own. I think it's important to post your clients' transformations too, but people will connect to you. And Stephanie's so good about posting her transformation like almost once a week. Have you done it almost once a week? Your own? Yeah, that's probably, and you get a lot of interaction on those, right?
That's how I've gotten pretty much every one of my coaches and my challengers is, not all of them, but a lot of them is connecting with that and saying, oh, well, she can do it. I can too, instead of this random person they don't know.
Right. And I think, I remember Carly Del Carlo, she was in the top 10 like a year or two ago, and she posts hers. If you follow her on Instagram, she posts hers like almost once a week, even though she's already at her goal weight pretty much, but she posts like previous, like, oh, I remember when, and just like variations of it. So I think it's important that you're constantly reminding people that I was like you, or, like I struggled like you. I haven't always been where I'm at right now. And so.
Well, I feel like few people connect with perfection, like even if I'm looking at you going, oh my goodness, you have the perfect body, you yourself are looking in the mirror going, oh, look at this and this and this. I don't feel like anyone is happy with their body, no matter how skinny or how toned. There's always one thing you wish that could be changed. Mm-hmm. And so if you show that, then that's what's going to connect people to you, even if they think you already look perfect. So for sure. And another thing I was thinking about with being vulnerable is making your greatest weakness and becoming a flipper and flipping it to be your greatest strength. And so there's a lot of things that I've thought about that I'm like, oh, why would anybody want to follow me because of this, 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 or this? And then I have to stop and go, okay, Stephanie, how can you flip that so it makes it your greatest strength? And that's why people want to follow you. And for me, that was being 25 weeks pregnant when I started. I was like, who wants to follow a 25-week pregnant lady who's 50 pounds overweight? Like, no one is going to want to follow that. But then I changed it and I was like, you know what? There's people who are pregnant right now. There's people who just had a baby, or maybe they had a baby 2 years ago and they're still trying to get that weight off. Maybe I can inspire them by showing that, starting my workouts now, it will help me in the end. And anyways, it's been really cool. And as I flipped that, I have a lot of pregnant ladies following me, asking me questions, signing up as customers or coaches. And it's just been kind of cool the one thing that I thought would stop me has been the one thing that has gotten me the most people. And so just becoming a flipper and flipping those weaknesses and turning them into strengths.
Can I say something? Just because Lisa just commented in the chat and said, I wish I took more than one photo at the beginning. I only have that one to go off of. So I tell all my challengers to take one every day the first week. So in 4 weeks, they can be extremely proud of themselves, and she regrets not taking more. But I have to tell you, Lisa, I didn't take very many before pictures either. I think a lot of us probably didn't because they're painful, right? But one thing that you can do is go back, get the Time Hop app. You're going to have stuff pop up there. or just go back through old pictures. I've gone back through old pictures where, you know, maybe it was like 8 years ago, but it's cool to be like, oh, you know, I've come a long way from the one of me in the, that I posted recently where I'm wearing like a pink shirt. That was like 8 years ago, but it's just cool to like compare where you were. So I would just say you don't have to always have like a before picture. Just look through like old pictures of where you were versus where you are now and share that. Or it could be a face shot. Like, here's my face before, here's my face now. I think if you get creative, you can find all sorts of different ways to share that transformation.
I have none of myself because I wouldn't take pictures of myself, but Jeff sent me one of me at the beach last year, and I was like, if you show anyone, I'll cut you. It is horrible. But now I want to go to the beach in the same outfit because I still have the shorts and then post it. So I'll probably do that, but posting that photo is going to hurt.
Yeah, I know, those are scary, right? But you're going to get so many comments on that. And just, even if you can't go to the beach in the same outfit, still do something, you know, just do an after, you know?
I've been running my challenge groups, and I always have a separate message thread with my people, just my people. And I always ask them if they've done their pictures. And I have a video that I sent them that says, okay, take a picture of you straight on, the side, the back, and then one flexing. And it's amazing how many times they've seen it. I know they've seen it. And then I say, okay, have you taken your pictures? And they're like, no, I haven't. And so I always send them my before and after full body and say, this is the power of before and afters, because you don't want to see yourself before, but when you get looking good and you can see them side by side, I was like, I was about to give up today or eat a chocolate cake or whatever. But then I took my after pictures and put them side by side and realized, hey, this is working. I'm doing great. And so far, all of them have taken all those pictures because they're like, okay, it's going to suck, but once I have the after body, it's going to rock, you know? So
yeah,
maybe doing that with them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's see. So I guess that's the end of number 2. So my third point was to be consistent, and consistent in everything we already know, you know, posting 3 to 4 times a day, and consistent in the 3 vital behaviors, which is inviting, being a product of the product, and personal development. And I was watching a couple YouTube videos one was by Anita Myron and the other one was by Melanie Mitro. And both of them said, if you're consistent with those things for 6 months, then it's almost like people start coming to you because they're watching you for 6 months saying, okay, is she going to stick with this, you know? And then month 2 passes and they're like, oh, she's still going strong. And then by month 6, they think, okay, she's serious. I'm ready to maybe jump on the bandwagon. And I have only been in it for 2 months, but I've seen like the people that I invited in month 1 who turned me down. Some of them are coming back this month and saying, okay, I see that it's working. Seen your transformation pictures. Let's do this. I'm ready to get going. So just not giving up, even if you have no likes or no comments, because a no is never a no, or crickets are never crickets. It's just people are just watching and they're waiting to see if you're going to stick through it this time. So that was a really short one, but I thought of just being consistent. And then my last point I thought of was think of the business you want, and whether that's a 6-figure 15-star diamond, or whether that's just a hobby and you're fine earning like $1,000, you know, there's no wrong answer. Just figuring out what type of business you want, and then thinking about what decisions you need to make now in order to have that business in the future, you know, whatever timeline you want. And I was out to dinner with a friend and we were talking, and she was asking me questions about Beachbody coaching and stuff. So I was telling her, and she just looked at me and she's like, you're going to be a 15-star diamond, aren't you? And I had not even thought about it, but just hearing her say that, I was like, oh, why not? Like, the only person stopping me is myself. Like, so it's kind of funny to hear her say that, and I had never even thought of it. And so I had dinner with her about an hour away from my house. So I had a long drive home. So that whole hour I was thinking, okay, if I ever did become a 15-star diamond, if that's my goal, is to earn that type of a 6-figure income, like, what are the business choices I need to make now in order for that to happen? And so just all these ideas came flooding to me as I was thinking about that on the drive home. And for me, the ones that stuck out is building leaders. So discount coaches are awesome for sure, and I love helping them. But getting coaches and teaching your coaches in a way so that they can turn around and duplicate what you're doing, so that they can be just as successful as you are. That for me was huge. I was like, okay, I want to be that type of leader. So when I got home, of course I couldn't sleep because all these ideas are going through your mind, and you just have to get them down. And I started writing scripts for everything, how to run challenge groups, making your own videos. So for like a 3-day sneak peek, I wrote a script of everything that they need to do for those 3 days to post in their own groups. And then a video, I have them make a videos, and I say, you can make it any way you want, but you have to hit these points. Bam, bam, bam. And so I just even if a 5th grader took my script, that they could duplicate the business, And so that's what I wanted for my coaches. And so that's how I've been organizing my 7-day boot camp, my challenge groups, my sneak peeks, is just making scripts so simple that anyone could duplicate it. And like I've said, I've only been in it for 2 months, so we'll see if it works. But that's what I wanted to do. And that's how I thought it would be really easy to build leaders, was making a business that they could duplicate. And another thing is for me, yours could be different, but for me is hitting Success Club 10 is not negotiable. It's a must every month for me to hit. And for me, why is because I love that they have Success Club, because it's an easy mark to look and see if you're doing things right. Because if you're hitting Success Club 10, that only means you're helping 5 people that whole month. That's not a ton, so right. Just reaching out and helping 5 people, and to look at them as people, and being grateful for them and stuff. And personal invites for me are so hard. I don't know why, but they are the hardest thing for me to do. But I'm religious, and so every time before I go and do my personal invites, I always say a little prayer, because I believe that people are praying for a solution. I know when I was at my heaviest, I was praying every day and being like, God, I'm fat. Help me get unfat, or help me have more energy, or help me find a solution, And I feel like we're on the other side praying, okay, help me find someone who needs this. Help me find a person who is praying for a solution, because I've got it. And when you're praying, and I know they're praying, you can be connected. I feel like God will connect you with the person that that you would be the perfect coach for, And so if you're not doing your personal invites, it's almost like you're praying and they're praying, but then you're stopping the connection from ever happening. And so personal invites are still scary for me, but every day before I do them, I always say a prayer to have me know, like, maybe who to go to or how to word things or whatever. And it's been really, really cool to watch people come into my life that I wasn't even thinking needed it, because they were already skinny or whatever. And they were like, this is perfect. Thank you so much. And so that's been a huge thing for me, is yes, hitting Success Club 10, but also remembering these are people who are praying for a solution and you have that answer. And so that really helps me a lot to either private message them or start conversations or whatever. And that's all I've got.
That's awesome. I'm sure we have lots of questions though. And one thing that I wanted to point out too was, and because maybe some of you guys didn't see the video that Stephanie made in Team Chic, was she also took it upon herself to make her own sneak peek or her own 3-day sneak peek group, kind of like the one that we've got going on right now. And I think that really helps when you kind of take ownership of those kind of things, and then they're hearing your voice and your story and your, and I mean, I love doing it with our team, but I think it will probably be even more effective if you can be brave enough and take the time to make those videos yourself. At least make some of them, you don't have to make all of them, obviously all the videos in there are not all mine, but some of them are, so that it has like my voice, my story, my thoughts, so I think that's really helped Stephanie.
Yeah, it helps them feel like they can trust you because you're the only voice they're listening to.
Right.
So I did that in the 3-day sneak peek. It was really cool. I did that with my 3-day sneak peek, and I had 11 people in there. And out of the 11, 5 of them became coaches this month. And out of those 5, 2 are emeralds already, and 1 almost to an emerald. And so it's really neat. And they have the script. One lady she's running her own 7-day free clean eating group with the script I have, and she's making her own videos. And it's really cool because she's only been a coach for like a week, and she's turning around and duplicating what I had and seeing success with that. And so, yeah, doing your own videos is huge. All my coaches already know that next month they can run the challenge group with me, a sneak peek with me, and a 7-day boot camp with me, and then they're on their own. And so they're learning as much and as fast as they can so they can duplicate it and be successful themselves. And of course I'm going to still be there to answer questions, but I want their people to trust them as much as they trust me. So I'm trying to help them do that. So yeah, videos for sure are awesome.
Yeah. And how did you get those 11 people in the sneak peek group?
I private messaged all of them. I think I private messaged 18 people, and out of the 18, I got 11 to be in the sneak peek. And I just have a pretty cool script that just, I write down. So anybody that I see posting about fitness or like a recipe or any quotes, inspiring quotes, or just anything like that, I write their name down. And so when my sneak peek, the week before the sneak peek, I personally message all of them and I say, hey, I've seen your post. You are so inspiring. I already know you're influencing women. Would you like to be paid for it? This is what I'm doing, and I'm loving it. And everyone, even if they haven't joined, they all say thank you because I've noticed what they've been posting, and I see that they really are inspiring other people. And then if they say yes, I join them into the group. So yeah, it was all personal messaging.
Were they people you knew, or were some of them strangers?
They were all people I knew. I guess the one person I didn't know, she actually contacted me, and I did not personally message her. So I guess there was one that I didn't personally message. But and she's a coach now. We met over Instagram because we have the same last name, which was really funny. So yeah, you can meet people just the weirdest ways, which is really cool.
Yeah. Okay, say that script again. That was good.
Oh wow, and how you say it now, I can't even remember it, but I say something like, hey, I've been watching your posts and I've noticed you've been posting fitness posts or whatever they're posting, and I can tell that you are inspiring a lot of people. Would you like to get paid for it? That's what I'm doing, and I'm loving it. And you can post either how much money that you have earned so far so you can show them or whatever, and then I say, would you like to do it? I've got a sneak peek group. You can come take a look at what I do. I think you'd really love it.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to open it up for questions for you guys. What questions do you guys have for Stephanie on how she did it or anything?
Well, I have no idea what pretty much any of that is, so I will be studying up tonight.
Yeah. Yes, we'll get you caught up.
I'm like, I don't know what any of the things you said are, but they sound great.
Yes.
I have a question. So I know everybody's posted things like in Team Chic before, but I have a really hard time figuring out how to like make new friends like that are not already like in my friends list. Cause like I look at everybody and like you guys have like 1,000 friends. I have like 300 and like I was like, I want to like expand my network more, and I just don't know how to like, do I just go like friend random people or like what? I mean, Yeah.
What I do is, I think I started with maybe 1,200, and now I'm at 1,500. And what I do is if we have more than 3 friends in common, I add them as friend. Another thing I'm doing, my mom's building a business. She's actually building her own and loving it, but she has like 200 friends. And so one thing I told her to do is when she runs her 7-day free clean eating group, when people say, oh, I want to join that, say, okay, the only requirement is that you bring a buddy in. They'll have to friend me so that I can add them to the group. And that way she's influencing more people. And so with every free challenge group she's running, if she gets 7 and they all bring somebody, that's 14. She's got 7 new friends. She's got 7 new people who are looking at her saying, oh, she's a coach. She knows what she's doing. So maybe you can start doing that with your 7-day clean eating or 5-day at 5 a.m. or whatever free group that you're running, is have them bring somebody.
Okay, thanks.
Clarissa, are you wondering about how to, like, well, you said, because I posted some ideas on how to, like, start conversations with people that you don't know. And because I do think I would say, Clarissa, to set a number, like on your Facebook fan page. So maybe if you're at 300, why don't you make it a goal to, by the end of July, get to 500? And then you just do what Stephanie said and just go start. If you have mutual friends, click on them. If they look like someone that you would connect with, that you would be friends with, then just add them as a friend. And then ways to connect with people is like start commenting on people's posts. And then there's some other way, like you can thank them. Anyone that follows your, like, that likes your posts, you can, I did this the other day where I messaged a girl and I was like, hey, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're my favorite person because you always like my posts. So you just something that simple. And then we started talking about macros and all sorts of other stuff. So like just even thanking them. You can post a recipe. Like I did this once where I posted a recipe and I said, who wants the recipe? And then I had a lot of people comment because everyone loves free recipes. And then I messaged them the recipe and I was like, here's the recipe. Have you ever tried, this ingredient? Like it was like coconut sugar or whatever. So I started a conversation that way. Because I feel kind of weird, like just chatting with random strangers, right? So I've been trying to think of just some like unique, some ways to start the conversation rather than being like, hey, So that's one way, thanking them, recipes. I had another one. Oh, and then, well, wishing them a happy birthday, even if you don't know them. I always love getting a lot of birthday, like comments. And then the other is messaging them your comment. Like, so let's say they post something about, I had a girl post something about the tooth fairy. So I commented, I sent her a personal message about like, hey, have you ever tried using $2 bills? And then we just started chit-chatting about the tooth fairy, and I never talked to her before in my life. So just personally messaging their comment. But anyway, I feel like that's how you can build a relationship with strangers after you add them as friends. So now I'm going to hold you up to the goal of 500. I just made your goal for you.
And I didn't even make it, and you're like, I'm going to hold you to it.
What other questions you guys have for Stephanie?
I have a couple questions. The first, what was the first? Oh, when you talked about your before and after pictures, are your after pictures, are you photographing yourself weekly or did you just change up outfits, or how are you? I'm just curious because like that's where I was thinking about that today. I'm stagnant on my progress and my after pictures don't seem as glorious as they were seeming. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm taking, I always take one set in a bra and one, well, my before pictures, I took one in a sports bra and then one on a shirt, just because I didn't know if I would ever want to share the bra picture, but I ended up sharing it yesterday. So, but I don't take them weekly. I probably take them about every 3 weeks, just because I want them to look different. So, but I usually measure myself every week. And so if I lose inches, then I'll just, even though I know the before and after picture might not look that great or that different, I can at least say, hey, I've dropped an inch this week, or I dropped a half an inch. And so that's what I do. That way it's not like, you show some difference, you know?
Okay. And then my other question for you is, I was just curious, what are your working hours? Like right now, I loved your post on creating your own videos. Like that night, I was up till 2 a.m. making all my own videos. I'm not running my own group yet, but I have the videos for them.
That's awesome.
Good.
But I'm just curious, do you have your set work hours? Because I know you have small children too. So what are your hours?
So my hours kind of look like I get up at anywhere from 5:30 to 6, and then my kids usually wake up at 6:37. So depending on the day, I have like a half an hour to an hour in the morning, and that's usually when I do my I'll do like personal development, or I'll message people. You know, all the things that, you know, that book that talks about eating the frog, all the hard things in the business, I do them right then. So my personal invites then, everything I hate, I do right then. And then my kids wake up, and then I don't get time to do anything until they take their nap. They both, thank goodness, take naps from 1 to 3. So every day from 1 to 3, that's my working hours. And then when they go to bed at 8 o'clock, then I usually work from 8 to 9 or something.
Okay.
So
I was just curious. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
And Alexia, I think it's okay to recycle your before and after pictures here and there. You know what I mean? Like people, because you have to remember that maybe 10% of people that follow you saw that one that you shared, you know? So posting it again, you know, maybe 3 weeks, a month later or whatever, I think is totally fine.
Well, I like the idea of using the time hop too, because I can think of a couple pictures that somebody took of me randomly where I'm like, why did you post that? And so I can go back and use those too as befores. So
yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
What other question? Any other questions, you guys?
No, but I have to tell you, I tried that Calm app, and it's freaking awesome.
Yes.
Like that Kelly was talking about the other day. I totally have been trying it and like learning how to like meditate, and it's totally keeping me sane with my girls being home for summer break.
Amen. You know what? We should make that one of the weekly challenges in our Summer Sanity group, because I was feeling the same way. I'm like, okay, deep breaths, because I'm like going a little crazy at home. I'm going to add that. Yeah, it's so nice, because people would always be like, hey, so yeah, you should meditate. And I was like, I seriously have no idea how to meditate. Like, I don't get what you mean by meditate. And then that one just like walks you through it. And so I'm like, oh, I love this app. Any other, questions or things you want to talk about before we wrap it up? We have like 5 minutes left.
I have a question. I feel, I don't know how to explain it. I feel almost guilty asking people if they want to try the products or if they want to work out. It's like, hey, you're a fatty. You need this. Like, I don't want to just flat out say, hey, you're really out of shape, so you can join me.
You're like, I saw your profile picture, and I feel like you really need my fitness boot camp. No, that's why I think it's good to say, do you know anyone that might be interested in this?
Okay.
Don't you feel like that's a little less like pointing the finger? Because then it's like, hey, I'm just kind of asking around. And then if they're interested, they're like, oh, yeah, I am.
I actually
instead of directly asking them.
What?
Instead of directly asking them, to ask if they know anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, see, I didn't even like doing that. I still felt like, messaging them kind of made them feel, because I'm still fat. And so whenever somebody notices, you get offended, but at the same time, you're like, why are they offended? Like, why am I offended? They're right, But so I've had a hard time that's why I've had a hard time with personal messaging. But I just started a script and read a script, and I love it. And this for me is why I've started messaging people and not feeling weird about it. So let me read it to you real quick. Let me pull it up.
You might need to share your 2 scripts with us, Stephanie, if you don't mind. The other one was pretty awesome.
Thanks. This one says, hi, Mary or whatever the name is. You may have seen my rants and raves on Facebook lately about the fitness groups I'm running. I'm super excited because I've been using this home fitness program and have experienced so many results. And then you can list your results. I have been running these awesome accountability groups for the past however long, 2 months, and they have helped me stick with it and allow me to help other people reach their fitness goals. And then you can list the accomplishments of the people that you've helped. And then you say, these groups are super supportive and so much fun. This may not be your thing, but I'm starting another group on such and such date, and I wanted to invite you to check it out and do it with me. What do you think? And so I feel like saying it that way is not like, hey, you're fat. It's like, it may not be your thing, but maybe it is, And then I'd love for you to join me. And I sent that to 20 people today, and I've had 5 people message me back, either thanking me or saying, that sounds awesome. And so I'm excited to see what will happen in the next couple days. But I just found that script today and decided to give it a try. So I messaged 20 people with it, and I got a pretty good response from it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Not offended.
Where'd you find it? Just on like a YouTube video or what?
I can't remember. I just Googled personal invite scripts and came like Diamond Dynasty scripts and a couple other ones. And this one was kind of farther on the list, and I modified it a little bit, but I can't remember who I got it from. I changed like half of it, but I love that kind of feel, This may be, it might not, but if it is, awesome. Like, let's have fun together,
Yeah, and I like it because it number one is passionate. Like, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And number two, it shares what results you've got from it. So it's not like, oh, hey, I've always had this awesome body. And, it's like, oh, hey, I lost all these results. And that's another reason I love it.
Right. And then you list the results of everybody else. And so it's been kind of fun with some of my people challengers. I had a guy lose 15 pounds in 3 weeks. I have had a couple girls lose about 5 pounds and a couple inches. So I just kind of tell stories and just kind of am like, this is why it's so much fun, is everyone's getting fit. And if I'm sending it to like a really thin girl, because, sometimes you look at skinny girls and you're like, oh, should I just skip them? But I've decided to send invites to them too. And so instead of talking about how much weight I've lost, I focus instead of saying, wow, they've gained more strength, more energy, they're more fit, and so I've actually had some of the thinner girls respond and be like, oh, that's really cool, because they want to be more fit and toned. So
sweet. Okay, your assignment is to post your scripts in the Team Chic group, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions before we wrap it up?
I have one more. So this is more, I want general feedback. When I was watching some of the let me pause this or turn it off. When I was watching some of the Revive trainings, there was, what was her name? Christy Kronzer, I think. Anyway, there was something in there about posting an event and inviting that way. Mm-hmm. And I started creating one today, but I'm a little worried about using the disconnect instead of personally inviting. Any thoughts or feedback, or has anybody ever tried that?
I'll give you my feedback because I actually my husband joined coaching because of an event invite.
Okay.
Event invite. So Micah used an event invite to invite me to a challenge group through like that event invitation. So they obviously work.
Okay.
But
I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and I thought it might be a good way to prep for this upcoming one.
Yeah, and I think I've heard that you should make them public.
Okay.
And she posted a video in there kind of explaining what was happening. So I feel like, because videos are powerful, so I think that really helped too. So any other thoughts on the event invites? Jody? No?
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
I think it's worth a try. I mean, I wish I did it for all of all of the groups I do. I just kind of forget that step. So Okay. Well, this was awesome, Stephanie. Thanks so much. It was so fun hearing how you've gotten success so quickly, and you are an awesome leader. We have so many great leaders. We just had so many diamonds pop. Like you guys might be next, Tara and Megan. We got to hear from you guys because they just became diamonds too. So congratulations to Tara and Megan, whoop whoop, and Stephanie, who are diamonds, and Jody's now a 2-star. Like, our team is just rocking. So proud of you guys. Anyway, thanks so much. This is a great call. I will post, and then I'm going to post more details about those other things and in the Team Chic group. So have a good 4th of July, you guys. Bye.